Look at this. And this is near Cessna Boulevard, but you see the strike crews, and there is a science to this firefighting. There are hose lines back there, and they're watering down these properties right up against this hillside, but at the same time, they're letting some of that vegetation burn as safely as they can. They want to clear away the brush. They want it gone so that it can't reignite. That's part of getting the containment, letting vegetation burn. In fact, in some situations, firefighters, you will see, will even launch backfires. They'll set those backfires so that it'll burn away brush before the active flank arrives, clearing away that brush via backfires or via dozers, bulldozers, plowing through that vegetation, getting rid of it so that it can't ignite. But they're doing this in multiple areas. It's a chaotic situation because as we widen out, you can see all these spot fires, almost individual fires that we would be covering on a normal morning. A house fire here, a house fire there, a small vegetation fire off of Tampa, off to our left. The active flames, the active flank, the northern flank up in the hills of the Santa Susana Mountains. Those are the mountains. If you live in Van Nuys, if you live in Porter Ranch, if you live in Chatsworth, and you look north, those are the Santa Susana Mountains. On the other side of the 5, east of the 5, on the eastern flank, you have the San Gabriel Mountains and Sylmar, and that 10-mile stretch is the fire zone with these individual spot fires. And firefighters, at least from our vantage point, they're letting the brush up in the hillside burn at this point because that's not of concern. What's of concern are the spot fires down below. We'll tilt down here. Pat Decker in the back. He's going to pan the camera to the right. This is what we're talking about. Those are individual fires there. Strike teams are deploying to these neighborhoods to try to save these homes, and unfortunately, they're not being successful in some areas. Other areas they are letting some of this brush burn, as I said, to clear away any of that fuel, tinder dry fuels coming off of 4+ months with no measurable precipitation in downtown Los Angeles, with the exception of that one day. October and November, Dan and Rita, we always talk about the wildfire season never ends here in Southern California. And I'll tell you, with my years of flying, my years of experience, being a certified broadcast meteorologist, flying all these fires above Southern California, I've covered a fire in every month of the year. But it's October and November that we have had statewide some of the deadliest, most costly wildfires because of the situation I've been talking about all week long. Coming off our dry summer, which is typical, all the vegetation from the previous winter when we had above average precipitation allowed to dry out during those summers, and then you get these offshore conditions. All of that sets the stage for what we're seeing now, a fire wind storm. Let's show the 118. Let's widen out off our nose. Hey, Dan, Rita, let's widen out and pan the camera to the right. Pat, off our nose. Swing right, swing right, swing right. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Right, 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 right. Right there. Tilt down and push in. Come back down 4 more. Come back down, tilt down. And speaking of which, Dan and Rita, here is the new freeway closure. We were talking about this, and we had mentioned this some time ago that they were going to shut down the 118 freeway, the Ronald Reagan freeway, between the 405 and the Santa Susana Pass. They have shut down westbound lanes. That is westbound traffic coming away from the 405. They're diverting traffic off because they're going to need fire crews. They're going to need all of those resources that they're calling up for. They're calling Culver City, Redondo Beach, those agencies that are in urban areas that aren't in that wildland threat. We showed you the map of all the red, indicating the red flag warning, and somewhat misleading in that, yes, the fire danger is high everywhere. The humidity is low. The temperatures are going to warm up a bit more today, and the winds will be blowing. But it's the urban wildland chaparral. All of the vegetation that I've constantly mentioned that is indigenous to Southern California, covering our hillsides. 2 separate fires burned here back in 2008, and the same area is burning this morning. Back to you in the studio. All right, what do you think? What are we at? All right, we got 10 minutes, 10-minute countdown. So let's say about 6:35-ish. Keep this away from your collective and everything just so that I don't need any of that. Have they given a definite altitude we should be at? Okay, so we're giving them even more of that round. No way. Absolutely. No, I love it. I think that's great. Yeah. When the tanker, they're a little lower. Yeah, and later on, once we get light, we get in position like on the north flank where everything's blowing that way, you know. I know. North wind, upwind. But this is a major air traffic approach zone too, right? What altitude do they come at? Okay, so we're above them. Yeah. Bummer. Jack Freestone lost to Jeremy Flores in the quarterfinals of the Quicksilver Pro. I was rooting for him. Yeah, absolutely. Station 88. I specifically did not this time because I was going to try to get back on the wagon and doing it. But as soon as I saw early in the week, I was like, That must. Let's see if they push them north on the 14th, or those are emergent, like some other agencies that CHP escort. Sure. Okay. Let's go on in. All right. I wonder if they were stuck in the backup and there's nowhere for them to go. No, I know. Yep. Oh, at least we just make it over that little. All right. I don't understand. What, these people are just sitting there. They have nowhere. I know. Shoot behind us. Shoot behind us. To the 210 back there, because it's jumping the freeway. Hey, ER. They should probably turn us off. That's okay. Yeah, it just jumped the freeway. Or by the, I mean, that's what Haley just reported. We're going in. They won't be up till 8 or 8:30. No, you're fine. You just do. Yeah. 5,500 feet. I know. I mentioned the whole west end of the valley. Forget about it.